All right, folks, welcome back. Thanks for bearing with us. We had technical issues. We may still have the technical issues. I don't know what's going on. I think my PC cannot handle all the, the lives I've been doing with this situation. I haven't gone live with this like this in, I don't know, maybe the Johnny Depp case. I don't know. I don't remember, but or that storm we had in LA for a while. But nevertheless, I appreciate you all with the patience and stuff. And before I continue, just make sure if the video stutters or if it pauses, stay on. Or if it cuts, if it ends uh, randomly, just come back to Nerd Report, search, and you'll probably see we're back up on another stream. A lot of you leave, and you're not gonna enjoy the coverage. There is major breaking news, if you ask me. Well, number one, the ransom deadline has passed. Okay, that was
Deadline
about
passed. We
27
don't know
minutes
if a
ago.
ransom has been made. We
What?
don't know.
Okay. We don't know if a ransom. By the way, this is JLR Investigates stream. He is live on location. We're going to be using his stream once in a while. He says he's okay with it. But I do want you all to consider subscribing to him and donating to him when you have a chance. Let him know Nerd Report suggested you there and stuff, because he is boots on the ground and he's doing a great job. So we have the Nancy Guthrie abduction final ransom deadline has passed. This is the ransom that's attached to, I guess, the same letter that was with the Thursday deadline, and now we have a Monday deadline, which was 4:00. All right. Then I guess the big deal to me that no one is reporting, if you ask me, no one's reporting this. Actually, I just posted it on X. Very few people are reporting this, and it's through Brian Enton, very reliable source. New statement from the sheriff says they have a new lead. I'm actually going to go to the sheriff department's Twitter to see if they said anything. So there's a new leads, plural, and they're going to be at the Guthrie's home in a bit. So we're going to check that out. That should be interesting. What do you think the new leads are, and what Guthrie home are they talking about? Because aren't there a few of them? There's two, from what I understand. Is it Annie or Savannah? And weren't they there already? What else could they have? What else could they get? Right? Like, what else could they get? Let me tweet this out real quick. Take care of business so everyone gets notified, because then they're like, hey, man. People are like, Lewis, hey, I missed your live, and you had good information there. So if you go to @NerdLecca on X, you could share it there. And also the Nerd Report, you can share it there. Sheriff confirms new leads, police presence expected at the Guthrie's home. What's happening now? Watch live. Okay, so we're there. Okay, so this information is via Brian Enton. All right, I'm assuming it's legit because he pretty much always is. All right, so let me look for the actual sheriff department. Did they post anything? Yes, they did post something, but what does it say? Investigators. Wait, okay, so wow, they're posting a lot. Hit that one, folks. Let me know what country, city, or state you're watching from. They weren't supposed to have a press conference today. In the chat, let me know what country, city, or state you're watching from. All right, we have major developing news. Hit that like to get the views up, because this is big. And the reason people are not getting notified, because I'm freezing again. People are not getting notified. Could you hear me, though? As long as you could hear me. I will take care of the freezing issue very soon. All right. All right. This is 39 minutes ago. There are no press briefings scheduled at this time regarding Nancy Guthrie. Should a significant development occur, a press conference will be called and the media will be notified. And our sheriff department will be down. I'm not following these people. Okay. Investigators, this is another tweet. Investigators have not identified any suspect, person of interest, or vehicle connected to Nancy Guthrie. Anyone who believes they have information that may assist investigators and is asked to contact 1-800-CALL-FBI or PCSD non-emergency line at 520-351-4900 or 88-CRIME. All right, so it's a nothing burger again. Nothing burger here. What's up, everyone? Let me see if I can get Brian Enton again. He said, I mean, look at this is his tweet. He just posted an update on YouTube. New statement. Sheriff says they are following up on a new lead. We can expect to see an active law enforcement presence at the Guthrie's house residence. So far, I haven't noticed anything new. Let's see what the people are saying. There's a guy on the scene that says he found a spot in the area that could be a burial area. There's a guy on the scene that says he spotted an area that could be a burial area. I did see that guy. He showed his face. He saw what he saw. I have no reason to think he's lying. I mean, it's kind of weird I know people were bitching at him, but don't you think it's kind of weird to like go up to the cops and say, hey, there's a burial area? Well, there's sand here. Well, he didn't say burial area from what I saw. He said there's soft sand. But I saw that guy talking to the cops after this tweet. Is it just me, or do you feel like we're getting punked? I absolutely don't think it's a family member. Why at both residents if the families aren't considered possible suspects? I don't know. A new lead that takes them to both residents? I'm beginning to think grandma may be in on it. No. Man, I don't know, man. Yeah, have they checked the neighbors? It seems it's I mean, people would know if they interviewed the neighbors, right? Have they looked into it being a possible animal attack? Yeah, I thought that was mentioned. All right, so let's go over here. So Brian Enton says this is from the FBI. The FBI is not aware of any continued communication between the Guthrie family and a suspected kidnapper, nor have we identified a suspect or person of interest in the case at this time. So who is she talking to? Who are these videos for, right? So not aware. They're not aware. So they're not. She just released a video that seemed like she was talking to the ransom note people. But the FBI says they're not aware of them talking to any of the. Oh, right. All right. I don't know. That's why there's so many weird theories, man. Could it be that it was an accidental death? Yeah, and no one's going to believe that. It's fishy, man, Tiffany. It's fishy. I'm not going to lie. It is a little bit. I mean, it's just still way open. Some people said that this may turn into a cold case. So it may just, that's it. They don't know. They don't know. Are you ready for a no? Are you all ready to have a non-answer as the answer? Let me know in the comments. Right? The Today Show needs to pay up the money. The ransom could be scammers. Well, yeah, they are scammers, period. Who's ready for a no answer? Could you live with a no answer? Just like, here's another opinion. My thoughts. It's no kidnapping. It's an ending. Right? Once again, the latest. Brian Enton tweeted out saying that there's new leads. What does that mean? But also that they're heading to the Guthrie home, but he hasn't seen anything. And then someone in the chat's like, why don't they ask? Have they asked any of the neighbors? It's all crazy. They keep saying I'm reading out the tweets, folks. They keep saying they haven't identified anyone. They definitely have a suspect. What do you guys think? Are they lying? Home invasion gone wrong is a possibility as well. I feel like the ransom letter was just a distraction based on what we know. There's no proof of life and no way for the family to communicate back to the demands. It's weird. This person's kind of correct, yeah. This case is really bothering me. I think this is a statement of the century. Who else thinks well, love you, Tiffany. Thanks for the support. Who cares? Let's find missing children now. Could you name one? Because I have reported on stuff like that, and you don't show up. I met you through this, through the. I met you through the Guthrie case. If it wasn't for this case, I don't think I know you, and I'm happy to know you. You know what I mean? There's no kidnappers. Yeah, none of this makes sense. PR was botched the entire time. Let's start looking for missing children in your platform. Okay, so you don't show up to those videos. I've been doing this. With all due respect, I've been doing this for like way too many years, and I know one thing: that when people say, "Could you please change the topic to this?" they don't show up for that topic. They're the last person to show up for that topic. So there it is. I mean, what you could do, and this is not a disrespecting, is you have access to a YouTube as just like I do. Why don't you make videos on other missing children? And I'm not even opposed to that. I will add that. You know what I mean? Exactly. And that's not really a dig. Amor is correct. It's not really a dig and stuff. Why don't you start a platform, Tiffany? This platform, yeah. Well, I wouldn't say it like that at the end, Amor. I'm just trying to be respectful. But my experience is, and I get what Tiffany's frustrated. I know it's not. I don't even think she means bad, but most of the people here on this channel are nerd troopers. You're veteran nerd troopers. Hit that one if you are. And I've reported on a lot of stuff that's different. Stuff that basically, other people are not reporting on. And guess what happens when I do that? People don't show up. Especially the people that complain about the topics. I'm sick of hearing this. Talk about something else. Those people are the last ones to show up. Am I wrong, friends? To me, it's weird because that's such a random person to kidnap. Well, I mean, they're kind of, it's attached to a rich person. So, and I played that video the other day. Or today, actually, because I'm getting all the days mixed up. And she's on the Today Show pretty much talking about where she's from, where she grew up, and she has the right to. But she docks herself in a way, right? And I could see weirdos becoming obsessed with TV personalities. I have weirdos obsessed with me, believe it or not. And I'm a nobody. No offense to her, but I had to look up who Savannah Guthrie was. Same here. I'm reading this comment. I had to look up who Savannah Guthrie was. I had no idea. I've seen her before. I know that. I mean, you're just being honest. I didn't know who she was. It's okay not to know stuff, man. I know a lot of people expect everybody to know everything. I don't watch regular TV, so don't feel bad if you don't know anything. You're just like me then. It's okay not to know. The fact that we're told the payment was good to go and then we get to now they don't have anything to say about it. Everyone is in limbo. Correct. Right now we are in a state of limbo. But really? You've been here, Matthew? You've been here since the Snyder Cut nonsense? I'm not even going to talk about that. We may have a James Gunn nonsense pretty soon. Tiffany says there's so much confusion in this case. They're not allowing a lawyer to present anything. It feels so off. Correct. And that's why people are watching it. It's my channel. No, well, you know what? You are. Thank you for the kind words, Cindy. But Cindy, DJ Love. But you all contribute to it too. So I do take you all into consideration when I program it. Why would lawyers be involved in the stage? It's a little early. Lewis, you're not nobody. Jackie, thank you. Yeah, I didn't know who she was. I gotta be honest with you. It's still, yeah, Amor is correct. Stage 1. So the major update. Let's see if there's another update. The major updates. Wow, by the way, every time I click on TMZ, there's a young athlete or movie star dying, and it's terrible. Who's this? Tracy Scroggins, dead at 56, longtime NFL player. God dang, that's so bad. So bad. So So the ransom note situation is done. Ransom note deadline has passed. And now people are saying that maybe there was no. Some people are the opinion that maybe there was no abduction at this point. It's just nuts. And then we get this new statement from the sheriff. They say that they have new leads, and that's the title of this video. And no press conference, but I feel like we've updated like 3 times. There's more. Oh yeah, the lead singer of Three Doors Down passed away. Yeah, it's crazy, man. Man, I like to think that maybe some of the. I mean, they still don't deserve it, but I like to think that maybe. Well, I don't like to think, but maybe there's a scenario where rock stars live a fast life and they don't look after their health. Maybe I don't know. I don't know what's going on. But the part of the reason I think that, or I want to think that, is because they're in better shape than most of us, and they're. So where does that leave us, right? Could it be an accidental death? Sure, I think it can. Who did? So the lead singer of Three Doors Down died of cancer, right? I believe they already have a suspect. The FBI already has a suspect. What are your thoughts? Once again, if you just tuned in, hit the like, subscribe to the report, and also let me know what country, city, or state you're watching from. This is a nightmare. This comment right here is perfect. This entire thing is a nightmare. This person says, I think the ransom letters are fake and people who wrote them are just enjoying the coverage. Man, but you're putting yourself in danger. I think if you're doing this to just, get a rise out of yourself, so to speak, you get caught, man. I don't know. I think that's they're going to throw the book at you. I don't know if it's worth it. No, yeah, exactly. Not realizing how much trouble you could get into if they get caught. I feel like Bitcoin, the Bitcoin scenario is it's young, like someone very young would use Bitcoin, someone in their 30s. If could you comment on Nancy not going to church? It's a rumor, man. He's not gonna comment on that. People making up. Well, I mean, I don't even know if that's a real rumor or what. Okay, so this question right here, it's not me. I'll read it off. Brian, can you comment on the rumor going around saying that Nancy stopped going to church when COVID hit? I think that's an important aspect. But what does that have to do with anything? I don't know. Didn't they call the cops because she wasn't at church? FBI keeps saying they haven't identified anyone. People are frustrated. This case is, we read this one. This case is really bothering me. That's the statement. That's a statement. This is absolutely bizarre. I have zero idea what to think. I think we're mostly, who agrees with that? Zero idea what to think. This person's also asking another question. What evidence do they have that she was even kidnapped? I mean, from the scene. And also, if she was kidnapped, don't you think, and I'm not saying she wasn't kidnapped. I don't want to add, I don't want to add stuff, but don't you think they'd say, hey, man, there's a serial kidnapper in the area? And really warn the area? Imagine there's a serial kidnapper and they don't tell anybody. Cindy DJ Love says, Bitcoin, great though, being a younger person, very great. What? I'm sorry, Cindy, can you rewrite that? Yeah, none of this makes sense. Yeah, Cash director Cash Patel, or whatever his name is, was supposed to show up, right? Did he show up? No. If you think this person says, if they think there's a chance that the ransom notes are real, they need to pay the money. If they don't pay the money, they will regret it for the rest of their lives. It's not worth taking a chance on it. There is a chance, even if small, that Nancy Guthrie is still alive. Yeah, but they may not even know where to send them. Well, no, they do know where to send the money. It's in the ransom note, right? There is a wallet, a code they send the money to. Ah, okay. So why are they pretending like they're talking? Oh my God, I don't know. Yeah, it's really sad. There's no evidence. How does an elderly 85-year-old woman vanish? I think that's the question, the big question. Are the FBI, question from the chat, are the FBI and Sheriff's going to do another press conference? From what I understand, not today. Let me see if there's an update. No update. Guthrie Epstein. Lewis, yeah. Lewis, yes. They say they heard them and understand, but who are they referring to? Yeah, exactly. What Gunner Girl said. They said they heard them and understand, but who are they referring to? Let's see what Jalissa has to say. But what if they send money and they still don't get their mother? That's what I was saying, right? No one in the legacy media wants to discuss the Epstein or Iran situation. Seriously? All right. Well, let's put that to the test. They're saying this is a distraction from the island. All right. Let's put that to the test. Nope. Politico is talking about it 21 minutes ago. New York Times is talking about it. I mean, you know, Hollywood Reporter just did an article. The Hill just did one 18 minutes ago. Well, let's see what they got a minute. So again, these people that say the media wants to talk about Savannah Guthrie to avoid talking about the island, and we're gonna check the other ones. The island guy. It's like, yeah, because those people are the last people. The people complaining are the least people to look for that news. 16 minutes ago, NBC reported on the island guy. All right. Again, New York Times. Again, 34 minutes ago, Time Magazine. The Hill. 8 minutes ago, Hollywood Reporter. San Francisco Chronicles. CNN. The Times. 31 minutes ago. There's another video release. Fox News says there's another Savannah video release. Not really. I don't see it here. Does anybody see a new video? Let's look it up here. On the best place. X. X is the best place, folks. I know that bugs people. Reality bugs people. Who released a new video? Yeah, the last video was 3 hours ago. What are you talking about? Gunner Girl. Gunner Girl. Everybody look at Gunner Girl on point. No, there's no new video. All right. So, people posting that this is a distraction. From what? Everything is still being posted about 32 minutes ago. Jeffrey. Ghislaine. All right. Now let's see Iran. Because this is a distraction from that, right? All right. Let's see an hour ago. 12 minutes ago. Iran. Eurasia Review. I don't know what that is. You could say that's not mainstream, right? Japan Times. KDNLA. MSN. Yahoo. Right? Everybody point at Gunner Girl. Yeah, point at Gunner Girl, right? So there's variety. You could rub your head and your belly at the same time, meaning you could watch over two topics. It's not really Yahoo. The other things are, though. It's not really Yahoo. It's just a copy and paste their own site articles. The top thing is, I would say that Brian Enton situation is probably the biggest one. The Brian Enton new lead tweet should be big. Right there. That tweet should be like right now. Everybody should be running. Let me see if there's more presence on the ground. I mean, by Brian Enton reporting that, reporters should be running over there.
I suppose it's just one of those things that maybe possibly something will happen. I was only thinking.
The ransom notes are not publicly visible. No.
She just reported the FBI said they're going to be bringing personnel from other field offices around the country
Whoa.
to be deployed here.
Is it that big? They can't
help.
handle it?
So that's interesting. That's what she just reported.
FBI sending more personnel. There you go. Good job, JLR.
So they might be bringing more resources here. Why is people saying Circle K in the chat?
Once again, if you just got here, hit the like.
I'm not listening to the police scanner only because it's just so much stuff. I mean,
let me know in the comments.
We'll get wind. We'll get wind when something's up.
Yeah, man, look, this is why the mainstream media hates YouTubers, man. You got like JLR going over there, and you know, where the big corporate people.
There's nothing going on at the Circle K. I don't see anything.
All the views.
Yeah, 857 would definitely tell me too. Me and 857 communicate now offline, so 857 would let me know that for sure. He's on the scanner. He's a scanner type of guy that has the scanner on at all times. So if anything's popping on the scanner or whatever like that, 857 will. And the same goes, you know, I let him know if anything pops up, I'll definitely let him know too. So it works both ways. That's, you know, networking. Eyes and ears everywhere. And I'll tell you what, I've made connects and contacts with numerous people here, exchange numbers. You know, they'll let me know if anything's going on and somewhere or they hear something. You know, it's always good to get all the connects around here because one person might be at a location where something's popping off, and then I get wind, and I'll be able to go and then share with all of you what's up. Fox News said they'd be checking homes tonight and tomorrow. Yeah, I'm hearing that they're going to check homes. They specifically said the Guthrie homes, whether they come tonight or tomorrow, we shall see. I'm going to stick around for a bit, see what's going on.
What's the weather in Arizona now, folks?
Sun is going down.
Do I think there will be a press conference unless something big hits? No, I don't think there's going to be a press conference. I think Amor, it's going to be a cold case, man. I'm starting to think it's going to be a cold case. Gosh, I hope it's not a cold case. Not knowing is torture. I wouldn't want Savannah and her family to have to go through that. No, I know what you're saying, but at the same time, why?
The camera, let the guy come through.
Why aren't they mentioning that there's someone kidnapping
Sunstar? Thank you, Sunstar.
People. Is this going to be a cold case? What do you guys think in the comments?
We're going to stick around for a bit. I'm going to stick on for about 12 hours right for the stream. And then, maybe I'll take a break. But I think somebody could pop up at any time, and if someone does come up, we're not going anywhere. So,
Dude's a machine.
talking about some sort of search or something. We'll
I
see.
wanted to go. It's an 8-hour drive.
If there's no searches tonight, first light will be back because they're coming. They said they're coming. They're
They're
coming.
going to be
here.
there tonight.
They're coming here.
Keep the comments going and the conversation going. Remember, this is your channel, Nerd Report. The Nerd Troopers are here.
Hey guys, what's up? What's going on? Neighbors, what?
I live in the neighborhood.
You live in the neighborhood? You guys want to talk? Share what's up? We got a lot of people watching. Come on in.
All right.
Those guys' names. Come on, no, come on in. Come on in.
It's right here.
Come on right here. You guys live in the neighborhood.
It's right here. Oh, it's over here.
Yeah, it's over here. So what's your guys' names? You're on JLR Investigates.
Oh, I'm Noah Marks. I'm William Schmaker.
Noah and William.
Yeah.
All right, come on in. Come a little closer. Come a little closer, guys. All right, so you guys live in the neighborhood. How old are you guys?
I'm 16.
16 and 15. What's going on? Like, how you feel about this whole situation?
It's kind of crazy.
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
just crazy.
I would have never expected this like a week and a half ago, you know?
Like, what do you think? Like,
I
are
mean-
you guys scared to be here? You think someone's gonna connect you guys, or
Oh, no. Come on.
Just it's hard to believe. Just
Yeah.
because, it's hard to believe. But I mean, just all of the cars. It's weird to just see like the neighborhood so.
Yeah, that place is probably dead.
normally quiet neighborhood?
It's normally really quiet. Yeah, I mean, there's usually some animals at night, like coyotes and stuff.
You
But
hear the coyotes?
every now and then, but it's not like an every night type of thing.
What else is out here at night? Like, what other type of animals are around? Coyotes?
Javelinas. Every now and then you see some Gila monsters too.
Really? What are they?
You don't know Gila monsters?
No, I'm from Florida, man.
Oh
I don't
really?
know.
It's these like orange and black little like lizard kind of things.
Yeah, they're
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's,
All right. Like, how about coyotes or anything like
yeah. There's a lot of
Yeah.
coyotes because I live a couple streets down and there's a lot of coyotes on my street. So
Whoa. All right. So, your family, do they feel like, are you locking your doors at night? Are you feeling like somebody's going to, could come? Are you scared?
Good
I mean,
question.
I've been pretty calm, but I could see why a lot of people would be pretty scared, because neighbor gets kidnapped. I mean, that's kind of crazy.
Have you ever seen so much activity in your neighborhood like
I'm
that?
gonna
I mean,
change
I've
this.
seen, like,
You're right, Jakia.
Block parties? They have block
not
parties around
I'm happy with
Every now and then, but that's nothing compared to this.
here? Nothing. Do you want everyone just to go away?
I
Or are
mean,
you just curious to see what?
That's the latest news. Let me know when Clintons are talking about that. Yeah. Hey, what's up? It's Kim. Kim, if you want to come back in, we could talk for a little bit. I don't know how long I'm going to be on. And maybe long. I'm getting a bit, hangry. I'll drop the link for you. No pressure. Obviously, you don't need to be on screen. You don't need to be on the screen if you don't want to, or you don't have to come in. But you're always welcome to get Kim in here. There you go. All right. There you go. I sent Kim the link. All right. All right. We're going to have Kim audio only. What's up, Kim? Welcome in. Welcome. It's Kim.
Hey, hey, thanks for having me. My
Absolutely.
goodness.
You guys are always welcome, Andy,
Oh, thank
you
you.
and Steph and stuff. You just hang out in the background, and talk once in a while. And, that's the way it is. I think these kind of videos are the ones I like more because it's less stressing, even though like the matter sucks. But,
Yeah.
we read and we comment on all the latest updates. And I'm going to go through, I don't know how updated you are. You spoke about the Bitcoin and how it works earlier. So if you guys missed that, you could go back to 2 videos back, and Kim explained it. She's our Bitcoin expert. So we get the experts in here, right? So the major development to me is that the deadline has passed. And as far as we know, there has not been any money submitted into the how you say the wallet, okay? And I'm 100% sure TMZ would have reported if there was, okay? So because this is the letter sent to TMZ, and I'm assuming they have the code or however it works to put the money in there, so they're monitoring it. So they've come out with the report that Nancy Guthrie's abduction final ransom deadline has passed. There has been a few other notes in the media. I've heard rumors of that. I don't know how those are turning out, but this is the one everyone's taking serious. Now, Kim, I don't know how updated you are, but Brian Enton, who I consider someone who is legit,
Yes.
says that they're new leads, according to the sheriff. He tweeted this out, unless I misread it. I always want to disclaimer, I'm not a good reader, I'm not a good understander, and I don't even pretend to know the facts. I'm just like anyone else. So you all do your own research. Everyone's innocent until proven guilty. You know the spiel. But according to him, there's new leads, and they're heading towards the Guthrie homes, possibly tonight again. Did you know about that?
I think I caught that just as I came in. I have kind of been watching, like I was basically checking, going to the time of the deadline, because I figured if something was going to happen, there would at least be a tweet from somebody being like, I'm hearing something's happening. And unfortunately there wasn't.
Well,
but
bad news would take a while to get there, unfortunately, if you know what I mean. Right.
I hear that. I'm not convinced that these notes have been legitimate.
I'm not convinced anything's been legitimate. It's weird. This is so weird. But you are probably right. And then I'm getting the weird reports from legitimate people on the ground that the FBI is not talking to the family, or they're not aware of the family talking to the ransom note people. So that goes into what you just said, that maybe the ransom notes are not real. I don't know. How would the FBI not be communicating to the Guthrie family, with the Guthrie family, unless they're somehow being investigated as well? I don't know.
I'd imagine that law enforcement would have to kind of take a little bit of a back seat sometimes when it comes to any type of ransom situation. They can't tell anybody, like, you have to do it, or you should do it, or you shouldn't do it, or whatever. The only thing that I could see would be sometimes when you're moving large amounts of money, it can extend like longer periods of time, because there has to be like approvals. And usually it's you'll be questioned at the bank, like, why are you taking out so much money? Why are you moving so much money? Because they want to check and make sure that there isn't something illegal going on, that you're not being, scammed, or that someone's, threatening your life and you've got to give them this money or whatever. They want to make sure that law enforcement is involved. So I would assume that if there was money being transferred that was in large amounts, that at that point law enforcement might be able to come in and talk to the red tape people and be like, okay, we need to keep this moving because this is a part of an active investigation. But I don't think they can tell anyone what to do or what not to do when it comes to these basically hostage situations. And I think they would probably also be looking at other leads at the same time. So maybe it's been, for some of them, it's like, we've got a few people that are up to date on what's going on with the ransom, but the rest of us are focusing on other things. Maybe that's part of what's going on. I don't know. That's pure speculation. Pure speculation. You're muted. I can't hear you.
Everything is speculation. I have a
Mhm.
disclaimer here as well that I kind of copied yours. I just reworded it a little bit because we are living in a time right now with that AI crap. It's ruined a lot of legitimate. How would I say reporting? Because people are actually gravitating to fake news more than legitimate reporting. And even with this, I can't get over the six fingers. The six fingers. It's like a total conspiracy because, Savannah did her video and her sister was holding her hand and it looked like she had six fingers. So let's focus on that, folks, because she's an alien. And there's people running with that. Actually, so that's the scary part. It sounds stupid to normal people, but there's people running on it. So I've done videos on my other channel about it, laughing at it, because there's no other way to handle it. Because people are going to believe what they want to believe.
Yeah.
There seems to be I haven't mentioned this, and I'm not going to mention it right now, but some of you all know about it, and I think you all mentioned it on Popcorn Planet. I'm not sure. There was an initial person of interest with no proof, kind of.
Yes. There was a reporter that mentioned that there was potentially a person of interest based on what their sources were telling them.
Do you think that person should know better than to just mention someone knowing that there could be some serious legal repercussions?
I think it is reckless.
It's reckless, yes.
Because bluntly put, I think part of what you have to consider here is the actual harm that it can do to a person if it's not true.
Right.
Right. And in this situation, I feel like it clearly it would cause distress.
Yes.
To the individual if it was not true. The other thing that I had issues with that is that I think a lot of the time when we cover stories, and I'm sure, I don't know, Lewis, if you feel this way as well.
Yeah.
But some of the stories that we cover, it's not that serious. It's not that deep. And yeah, it's people, everybody's life is important and what's going on. And obviously things don't have to be super intense for them to affect people. But it's one thing to have a speculation about, I think so-and-so is dating so-and-so. Or I think, so-and-so is going to take this movie role and do this. Or I think that, I bet you anything so-and-so was backstage at that, whatever. That's one thing. I think so-and-so kidnaps their mother-in-law.
Did they say it like that?
And holding it on.
Don't say the who it is, because I purposely, you kind of almost gave it away, but that's okay.
Family member.
But I purposely avoided even mentioning anything around that aspect because you've covered the true crime as well. And one thing I noticed is whoever's on screen, whoever gets mentioned, whoever lives around there, whoever is reporting on it, you're all a target of being a suspect. People in the chat right now, there will be some accusations towards people in those areas, believe it or not. And once someone goes out there and puts that out there, and then that person who is probably innocent defends himself and without doubt, clears himself, there's going to be always an amount of people who still feels they are guilty and runs with it, no matter what, even though they're proven to be innocent. And it's the most ridiculous. And I think it's mental health issues because it's like, bro, that person's innocent, 100%. They're not involved with this case. They have no way.
I look at it from the other side too. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No.
I didn't mean to interrupt you. Because let's say, and I'm not saying this to be the fact by any means, but let's say that if someone is accused and they actually are involved.
Yeah.
Well, great. Now they know. That the people are onto them. And when you have someone allegedly being held hostage, you think that's not going to affect the situation?
No, you're 100% correct. We
You're
have a
causing additional risk and harm potentially by doing this, and that to me is just something that's why I feel like it's reckless. I feel like it's irresponsible.
well,
And
it's not a feeling. It's true. It's 100%. I don't think there's really debating. Even if you have proof that that person is involved, and you go out and say it, not only do you corrupt the investigation, but you also leave it open for other people who probably may not even have access to correct information to put ideas out there, right?
next
So it's like,
also potentially jury pool.
right. Yeah.
Right? So it's like that was where I was getting really frustrated that it, and I think it's one thing to talk about. I think the other thing, and I know some people got upset about it, but we have to consider, unfortunately, that because Savannah is in this mess, a lot of people get mad at reporters sometimes when they report on certain things. Because they don't want people talking about things. And
Correct.
yeah, there's a few cases that people have brought up that are like, hey, this maybe has something to do with this. I mean, the timing is very interesting. But at the
Yes.
same time, I mean, Savannah's been a reporter for a long time.
And
And
man, it's Monday morning quarterbacking. I don't know if you know that term. That's when you analyze a situation, how a situation should be handled after the fact.
yeah,
And and it's like, but they had that special, man, and that special where they're like showing off where they're from and where they live. I'm talking about the Today Show hosts.
Yeah.
And they have pride in their home, and that's awesome because Arizona is an awesome place. There's a lot of heritage there, and she was talking about it. She introduces her mom and her sister on the screen, and then the other reporter is like, "Hey, I'm going to be on next week doing the same thing." And I look at that, and after the fact, probably as I would watch that, I'd be like, "Wow, that's so great." But now knowing what's happening, and there's so many creeps and weirdos out there. That literally, Kim, I'm over here. I'm a guy, right? And let's be real. I'm a guy, and there's people thinking that I'm speaking directly at them. Like they think it's a one-on-one. So if I criticize someone in the chat, or if I criticize you, if I have a debate with you, they will actually email me later and get offended about it. Like, and when it had nothing to do with them. So Savannah Guthrie being a woman, and there's a lot. Look, there's way more psycho men, out there. Let's not sugarcoat it. Okay.
No.
She probably has a obsessed fans on both sides, man. But statistically speaking, this is probably a male with the kidnapping, or statistically speaking, I may be wrong. I'm not being sexist. I could see someone being obsessed with her, and and it's so sad. There's so many aspects, so many things could have happened here. And it's bringing awareness. Be careful, people, what you put out there on social media and stuff like that. There's some weirdos out there. And
I mean, one thing I think is kind of interesting because, like, I don't know how many of your followers are familiar with Popcorn, but
yeah,
I work over there quite a bit, and I'm also a mod, and so a lot of the time, and hi Michelle.
Actually, I want to give a shout out because as soon as you popped in, I had one Canadian as a co-host, and then Lisa Boo pops in, another Canadian, and now we have Michelle. The Canadians are ganging up on me, folks. I'm just here, and guys, shout out to Canada, shout out to Michelle, shout out to Lisa Boo. What's up, everybody? Let me know what country, city, or state you're watching from right now. It's the power of the internet. We're sharing this crazy story that's still in development. Nancy Guthrie, who we all have parents, we all have grandparents, is missing 8 days. She has a heart condition, it looks like. There's a ransom letter. There's FBI involved. There's cops. It keeps going. Sorry, Kim, go ahead. What were you saying?
No, it's fine. But like when we're talking about people that get obsessed and they get really, really weird. So one of the things that I've noticed quite a bit, and I've been doing this for a few years now, is I think people are getting a little bit more unhinged
Exactly.
in comment sections.
Yeah.
It's a little bit disturbing at points how crazy people get. And a lot of the time, something that you guys may not know is that with YouTube, there are basically like there are gates in place for certain types of speech. So if you pop into a chat and you say certain words, regardless of the context, YouTube can go, yeah, we're not going to publish that. It's going to get
Yeah.
held back. And so moderators can see it and they can make the decision of whether or not this is appropriate to be posted publicly. And we have seen some really disturbing stuff over the last couple of months in particular.
Because you see it, but the public doesn't. Because YouTube
Yes.
holds it. And I haven't looked at mine. I don't want to. I purposely avoid it because, believe it or not, I think I can speak for you as well here. It does bother us, especially when you see hundreds of them, negative, toxic comments over and over
Yeah.
again.
There's some stuff it doesn't bother me because it's like, go ahead and boo because I've seen what makes you cheer type mentality that it's like,
Yeah.
oh, that upsets you too. Okay, I'm doing something right. And you can take that and keep going. But to me, it's like when it's just like straight up lies and stuff, and you can't correct everybody. You can't live your life just correcting everybody that has an opinion about you or thinks something about you that's not true. But my point is that there are times where we will see, like we'll be live, and we will see the most disgusting, horrific, awful thing that somebody could write about somebody, threatening, many words I cannot say. I keep monetized.
A lot of them, I could say this here. This doesn't represent Popcorn Planet. It's Kim Arnett. A lot of them happen to like Justin Baldoni a lot, and at least over here. And Justin Baldoni is supposed to be toxic positivity.
I don't think
fans
Justin
are
would be in
not.
approval of that. From what I've come to know about him, just reporting on this, I don't think that that's something he would like to do.
That's what I was about to say. But
no.
you could plead the fifth. His fans don't understand that. A lot of them, not all of them, but there's a good.
But it'll be like. But I guess my point is like we'll be live and someone will just say something absolutely horrific and like threaten people's families or whatever, and then we stop and we address it because we're like, go, because if that's the same person that goes, they're censoring me, they're holding back my comments, they're just afraid of the truth, and it's like it's not the truth. You're threatened by mom. It's like get out and you have to start like policing people and throwing them out. And there is that level of rage, and sometimes you don't see it in the chat, but it is happening. And these crazy people will then go and like find your email address. They will go and try to find you so that they can continue to berate you because they feel so entitled to be able to just say these horrible things to you. And it's like and I mean we've only seen a fraction of what I would assume Savannah has seen in her career.
A fraction. She probably has like thousands of these.
And
that's why I don't understand that special they had. I don't understand it. She should have the right to do whatever the F she wants. She should. This is ridiculous. She should be able to do whatever she wants, say exactly where she lives, be proud of it and everything. But unfortunately, the society we're living in doesn't allow it. Now, I do have a theory, Kim, and you're going to hate this. Knowing you may agree. And I want the chat to respond to this. I feel that the reason people are like this, bullying and having so many negative thoughts towards, content creators or just people in the chat or whatnot, they feel emboldened to say anything, threaten whoever and stuff. I think the reason is because these people do not get their ass kicked physically. I grew up in a time when if you talk shit to somebody, you get hurt. You get your door. Yo, what's up? That humbles you. Getting your ass kicked humbles you. Boxers, I'm a boxing fan. You know that. MMA fighters, they barely fight outside of their sport because they've all gotten their ass kicked before. Every champ has gotten their ass kicked. Every fighter has gotten their ass kicked. Basketball players, not so much. So you hear basketball players get into fights out there sometimes. when you there's no consequences to getting on the keyboard and saying whatever you want. And this has been going on for 30, 40 years now since the internet. These people, a lot of people feel like they could say whatever you want to anybody and stuff like that. I guarantee you that once like a YouTube starts to ask for like some sort of ID or some sort of connection, this will stop because there's a possibility of consequences. Back in the day, you don't like somebody, you ignore them, or you keep going at it, but then there'll come a time where it's like, hey man, meet me outside. Would you like to step outside? Would you like to meet me at the gym? Would you like to meet me at the boxing gym? You have trouble with me? Let's do it. I hate to say it this point, let's do it man to man, right? Or woman to woman, if you want to go like that. Women don't fight like men, right? Usually, but there's no consequences, and I think people have gotten emboldened. Facebook, they'll talk shit to you. IG, they'll talk shit to you. Twitter, whatever, So I think people need to get their ass kicked a little more. To make a long story short, I hate to put it that way, but it is the truth.
Yeah,
So,
no, I hear you. I kind of have like, it's a little bit of like a different theory that I kind of.
But
think
my
is going
theory
on
makes
personally.
sense, though. It makes sense.
Okay, bro, I want to make bullies afraid. Okay, I feel like some people are getting way too comfortable with thinking that they can just be jerk faces. It's like we have lost our decorum as people, and that needs to come back. Like that's ridiculous.
There's a point where like, hey man, you need to get slapped. You know what I mean?
Okay.
You need to get slapped. Just my opinion. All right, go ahead. What do you think?
Okay, so there's a lovely book I read a long time ago. That's called The Subtle Art of Not Giving an F. And in it talks about that sometimes one of the problems that people have is they literally do just give too many Fs. And one of the things you basically have to do to keep your mental health in check is it's okay for you to care about certain things. It's okay for you to care about things passionately, but you can't put your Fs everywhere because at that point you stretch yourself too thin and then you don't have the actual energy to be able to put all of your energy into something that really matters.
Correct.
And I think right now we live in a culture that is so engagement based, and because we want people to be engaged, the rage bait aspect of things, we want people to be angry because it causes engagement, and engagement causes algorithm boosting and causes money. So if we can get people angry, we can make money. And when you start to understand that that is a thing, the media looks very different. And the way that I kind of started to think about it is this is something to keep in mind. But I think it's important that there are things to be angry about. There are things to be mad about. There is injustice. There are things happening that are awful. And people need to know that they're happening. And people need to use their energy. And, we need to make changes in society to say that this type of stuff is not appropriate. So funnel the energy and put it where it belongs. But I think sometimes people are so overexposed to things that make them angry. They get very comfortable being angry.
Yeah.
And so they look for things to make them angry. And that's why, so there'll be a comment in passing and they will take it personally. And then systems are engaged, they're angry, they get mad, blah, blah, blah. And then you see these just insane comments in a comment section because they were personally offended by somebody being like, well, I like the halftime show. You should die. Like, what's it about you?
Or the person earlier is like, that I said I didn't like the halftime show. It's like, I never even reviewed it. I've been consistent with my opinion. The melody's all right. I don't like the melody Bad Bunny adds with his voice. It's not appealing to me. I think it ruins the momentum. That being said, I'm not mad at you for liking it. If you like it, you like it. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So, and I didn't find it offensive at all. As far as visually, I could see some people say, we're talking about the halftime show again, but I could see some people saying it was a little sexual for kids. Yeah, probably, but you know what, man? That's the way Latinos dance, man. We have big booties. You know what I mean? We have good. We're like that. We look like that. That's the way we roll. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry, we're handsome, but whatever. So yeah, people getting triggered over music is dumb too.
Yeah.
So. I will call out industry plants, and I do that as fun. I do it for fun and stuff. I will poke fun at Swifties, but not that I don't like Taylor Swift. I couldn't care less, but the Swifties are funny, and it brings me engagement, and I laugh.
They're
I
very
have a good
passionate
time.
people.
Yeah,
They're very passionate people.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So, yeah, I think that people have gotten way too comfortable being angry, and then I don't know how up to date you are on everything that's kind of come out over the past week, but like, there's a lot of reasons right now to be justifiably mad, like very, very mad. We should all be very, very mad because, yeah, but we're so stretched thin.
Yeah.
With things that are making everybody angry.
And I gotta be honest with you, as far as like I'm concerned, like as far as like my YouTube channel, people don't understand that I am aware there are other topics out there.
Mm-hmm.
But unfortunately, we could only update the channel twice a day.
Yeah.
Realistically.
Yeah.
So, and we also, unfortunately, this is a lot of us, this is our living, right? So if we tank the channel, like we can't pay the bills.
Yeah.
That's just the way it is. So we'll shut off completely. So yeah, we'll talk about something that may seem like nonsense to you, but we could talk about the island sicko, right? And the sickos there. We could throw that in there. Unfortunately, we can't do Nancy Guthrie, Blake Lively's nonsense, Island Sicko, PDF over there. We would love to cover and expose everything and give you all a voice. At least that's the way I take it, right?
Yeah.
But we can't do it. We just can't do it. I've opened another channel on Nerd Report Reloaded as well, and I can only do two things over there. It is what it is. We're not a major news network could report 20 times a day and they get the views. We don't. We'll just tank the channel. If my next video is about something else or this and that, we got to stick to one thing. Unfortunately, we are aware there's other things going on. We're not dumb. So, anyways, listen, I'm going to have to go and eat, but real quick recap, Kim, and then I'll give you the last word.
Sure.
Is, look, it's almost the same stuff. We know when the disappearance happened. I believe this is date 8. She was reported missing on February the 1st. Still no proof of life as far as we know. I'm hoping there's more out there. There's more information among the investigators. I think the biggest thing is that the ransom note, the deadline ended today at 4 Arizona time, and according to TMZ, I guess they did not add money to the wallet, the Bitcoin or whatever it is wallet. So we know that. And another thing is Brian Enton, who is a legitimate reporter, stated that there's possible new evidence, and the sheriff was heading towards the Guthrie home. Now, I don't understand if that's Savannah or Nancy or Ann Guthrie. Which home exactly are they going to? Are they going to all of them? So I think that's big news that has not really gotten traction. Kim, what do you say before we go?
I just hope that we get some answers soon. It would be absolutely tragic for this to be a cold case at this point. I think everybody's really invested. And ultimately, I just hope that they can find something, because I am beginning to wonder if these ransom notes were authentic or not, just with the way this has all gone down.
I'm starting to feel cold with this case.
Yeah.
Are you?
I don't like that. I don't like it, but yeah.
The only thing that is steering me away from that thought is if they had no idea who it was and someone got kidnapped, why aren't the authorities out there saying be vigilant? There's someone, you know what I mean? That is a sign that they may know who, they may have a suspect. And also the going back to the homes over and over again, unless there was some sort of home invasion type of thing, right? Or unless it's somebody in the inside. Were the neighbors spoken to? We haven't even heard that. No neighbors interviewed. That, as far as I could tell. And if they interviewed a neighbor, there's media outside Nancy's home. They would have reported that. The independent media would have said, "Hey, man, they spoke to such and such neighbor." There's answers, but then there's no answers. So, anyways, folks, stay up to date here. Keep looking back at Nerd Report. Who knows? In 5 minutes, we may have all the answers. So I'll go back live. Check out It's Kim. It's Kim has her own channel that she's going to be doing live soon. If not, you can catch her on Popcorn Planet live on Tuesday and Thursday usually, and in random videos. She'll probably be live tomorrow there on Popcorn Planet, right, Kim?
Likely, unless something changes. But that's usually the plan.
And shout out to everybody on X who we have a lot of views. Kick, shout out to you all on Kick and YouTube. Thank you very much. May the force be with you. Nerd out. Thank you, Kim.